Hello and good morning. I have said it before, but I don't mind saying it again because I think it's that important. This book by Isabel Wilkerson should be in everyone's library. It's called Caste. Everyone should read it if we are to understand American history and how we come to believe what we believe. But that's not what I want to talk to you about. Once again, off the cuff, unscripted little chit-chat. What I really want to talk to you about is the power of that word, no. No. Microdacism rules 1, 2, and 3. Know yourself, be true to yourself, and of course never compromise your own integrity. That's really very, very important. Now, what I want to talk to you about is America's first woman president. I know you're saying we have never had a woman president, but in fact, we have, as far as I'm concerned. We had a man in the White House who was an excellent actor, and he would read his speeches very well. He was very good at reading his speeches. However, in my mind and in my belief, I think Nancy Reagan was in fact the President of the United States. Nancy Reagan, that's right. Of course, you can go ahead and challenge my assumption. That is what the thoughts of Microdac is all about. I say things and people challenge what I say. And in the challenge, together we learn. But let me tell you why I think Nancy Reagan was such a powerful woman and why she influenced the country in her way. First of all, a few days ago I talked about the importance of suppressing ego. I don't think Nancy Reagan really wanted the title of being the President of the United States because it was not necessary. She could run the country as the wife of the guy who was named the President. And she did a very good job at it, I think. Nancy Reagan was the lady who came up with the phrase, just say no. Those 3 words, just say no. No. One of the most powerful words in the English language. Now, if you live in a civilized society and somebody say no, well then that's what they mean. No. So when Nancy Reagan came up with the slogan, just say no, she came up with that slogan with the assumption that she was talking to civilized people and that would have been sufficient. Just say no. Now, come on. I'm 76 years old, but I remember a time when, you'd be dating back in the teenage years and you were told by your parents that when you go on a date, if she says no, that's what she meant. No. And then you would get into petting and necking. See, those terms are not used anymore, but that's what you would do because she said no. When I was in the military, they really emphasized that fact. Just say no. If she said no, that's exactly what she meant. A lot of young men and women are in prison because they couldn't say no. That is something you should go to the mirror and practice every day. Just say no. And I mean saying no to bad company. That's right. You don't need to be in the company of horrible people. Just say no. You don't need to be around horrible people. Just say no. You have got to find the courage to do that. Just say no. Of course, I can say this, but you have to really understand and digest and ingest what I'm saying. Just say no. Finally, I want to say this, and this is probably the most important part of my little chit-chat. You ought to learn to say no to nonsense. No to nonsense. That is extremely important. The earth is not flat. The earth is not the center of the universe. Okay? God does not live in a cloud up in the sky drinking milk and honey. You ought to say no to nonsense. That is the microdacism term. No to nonsense. And if you are to grow, that is something that you have got to do. You have got to erase a lifetime of mistaken beliefs and say no to nonsense. Start your thinking process. Begin to think for yourself by saying no to nonsense. Okay, that's a little heavy. And right now, I just want to let you know that I'm doing this indoors only because it's cold outside. 35 degrees outside. And even though the setup is very simple, one light, one camera, one microphone, hopefully I did get my point across. No to nonsense. Analyze everything that you have been told, especially political rhetoric. Political and religious rhetoric. Really take a good hard look at what you have been told to believe. And then have the courage to say no to nonsense. Thank you very much. This is such a good book.